Hello, my wonderful, amazing artists. It's me, Miss Abby, your art teacher, and today we're all thinking about the future. Now, I know, because I've had the pleasure of being interviewed by you smart cookies, that you're thinking about careers and life. You're thinking about careers and how people, when they grow up, are kind of figuring out and choosing careers. And I wanted to do an artistic spin on this, and today we're creating self-portraits of you guys in the future. And that can include your career in addition to what you think your fashion is going to look like in the future, because we know fashion changes, and maybe where we're going to be living, if we're going to live in like a house near the beach or a big skyscraper, and if we're going to have any pets. And maybe if we're going to drive a car or have a fancy bike or skateboard. So we're going to draw ourselves in the future, thinking about what kind of career we want and what other parts of our life, how do we want those to look? Are there certain things we want to get really good at in the future? Like learning how to play a musical instrument, or learn how to play a certain sport. Do we want to stay where we live right now in Boston? Or do we want to travel? I don't know. Let's think about it and draw a future self-portrait. Now, I'm going to show you first, I'm going to remind you first about how to draw a person with our stick figure skeleton. And then we're going to add an interesting background that says a little bit about our future. So, to draw a stick figure, or to draw a person's from head to toe, I recommend starting with a stick figure. And this person is going to be me in the future. I'm going to still be an art teacher, but I want to have a therapy dog. And I'm doing a stick figure. And I'm thinking about where I want the arms and the legs. I'm going to do dots where the knees are. So remember, got some elbows and shoulders. And we're going to have a head. And that's my stick figure. Now we're going to build off of this, right? We're going to add clothes, we're going to add detail. Like, I think I'm going to wear my striped shirt that I'm wearing now, plus an apron. But I think I want purple hair in the future. And then I'm going to add so I'm slowly building over the stick figure, like clothes and different body parts, and then I'm erasing. So we definitely want to use our pencil for this. And I'm thinking like a fashion designer as well about what clothes might look like in the future. Like, I think I'm probably going to wear an apron, and I think people's clothes are going to get more like stretchy and comfy. Like, I think people are going to be less dressed up in the future. I think they'll be a little bit more like comfy and stretchy. Especially for people like art teachers, because we're moving around a ton. And I think I'll have pretty similar hair, but I'm going to dye it purple in the future, so I'm thinking a little bit about color. And I think in the future people can change their color, their hair color any way they want, and can have any job they want and people's hair will still stay healthy, even though they're adding lots of color to it. So I think that's kind of what I'm thinking about in terms of fashion in the future. So we got, this is me in the future in an apron because I'm still teaching. And then I'm gonna give myself a ground to stand on. And I'm going to be demoing for a class. But guess what we have, friends? Guess what we have at class? We have clay at class. And here we're going to have an art room in the future. So no more cafeteria or multi-purpose room teaching for Miss Abby. I'll have my own room, and the students will get to join in, and it'll be made just for art, and it'll have things like a kiln that allows us to fire clay and amazing things like that. And I will also have a therapy dog that is trained to help kids calm down. And his name will be, I don't know, maybe Titus. I think that would be a cute name for a very big, sweet dog. Who's, you know, he looks like a big bear, but he's very nice and just wants cuddles from the kids. That's the kind of dog I want in my classroom. So we have this. And I'm going to put a speech balloon to tell the story a little better. Today we are using clay. Here's what I got so far. It's in pencil. And next I'm going to color it in. And my idea of the future is me teaching art, teaching clay with a therapy dog. But you might have a different idea of the future. You might have different career goals than me. That's part of the fun, is that we get to think about what our life might look like in the future and what kind of career we want. And it's okay if you can't decide. It's hard to pick a career. But we're going to try drawing ourselves in a future career that we think would be cool. Now, I'm going to color it in using colored pencils. So here's a quick tip. I have the scrap paper here because I don't quite remember what color looks best like my skin tone, most like my skin tone. So I'm going to layer some different pencils and tools until I find what works and what really looks closest to my skin tone. I'm not that orange. What is that, pink? Like, I think it might be a blending of pink and brown. No, that's too dark. But I know not pink. Maybe very, very light. And this isn't going to be perfect, but it'll definitely be better than just drawing whatever is nearby, right? Oh, and I guess some of the shadowy parts of my face. I guess my cheeks are that pink. It's worth a try. Maybe very light. Oh, okay. That looks like my skin tone. See, this way you can use any tool you've got and practice and figure out your skin tone, then take it to our paper and have a skin tone that really matches, because everyone's is different, because we all have a different amount of melanin in our skin. Ta-da! here is my future self-portrait, and it shows me teaching because I already have my future career, which is my present career as the art teacher. You guys will probably be thinking about jobs maybe you want to try in the future, you know, whether it be chef or scientist or, I don't know, firefighter, and also different pieces of your life and your job. Like, I decided that I think I'm gonna want to try having purple hair and maybe make a goal out of figuring out a way to bring clay into my schools in Boston one day. I would love to do that, but I know it'll take a couple of years. I also would love to have a dog and work really hard to train that dog to be a therapist to help students with their emotions. They can have a therapy dog at school. So, I would love to see what you come up with. What do you want your life to look like in the future? What kind of career do you want? How do you want your style to look? And where do you think you'll be living? Do you think you'll be living in the city or the countryside? Do you think you'll be living near the beach? I don't know. Will you have any pets? I want to know. I think that would be pretty cool. Bye. Have fun making art inspired by your life in the future.